My diesel heater is blowing white smoke out of the exhaust. I'm gonna try to open the diesel heater to clean it to see if the combustion is not happening due to air coming in being not let into the combustion chamber because it's clogged due to like buildup. So the vapor that was coming out of the exhaust was diesel, and I think it wasn't being ignited by the glow plug. I'm gonna take off the casing, these clips. This wiring harness needs to be disconnected. So now the engine is separate from the control module and is up here. Now there's 3 bolts under here. 1 bolt, 2, 3. Now I gotta take off the fuel line. There's the little clip on the fuel line there. So I'm pointing at the clip. So I'm gonna use a needle nose plier, compress that clip and pull it off. And that should be all to get into the heater. I pulled that off. Now I'm gonna take off the intake. Now let's get to those 10 mils. So now, engine compartment. Unscrew this. Take this off. That's my glow plug. I guess the control unit. This is the combustion chamber, control module, fan. The diesel comes in through the bottom. This is the air intake. Chambers. One has air, one has diesel. The glow plug gets super hot, lights the diesel vapor, and it ignites, making the chamber super hot. This fan blows. This is like a heat sink. Fan blows over the heat sink. Dry, hot air comes out through this end, and I stay warm, and whoever else is around. So next step, I gotta take out my glow plug because there's a little mesh around the glow plug, and I think the mesh got filled up with a bunch of gunk. So I'm gonna take out the mesh, and I bought a couple replacements from Amazon, and I'm gonna check it out and then open the combustion chamber and see if I have to clean it best I can. Put it all back together, and I pray to God it works. So here we go. I'm gonna disconnect this sensor. And I can disconnect this fan. There we go. And now there's my control unit. So now I'm gonna take off 1, 2, 3, 4 Allen key screws. Rubber here. I'm gonna take out the glow plug now. Bought a spare glow plug. So this is the socket I'm gonna use. It has a cutout for a wire, so it goes through here. I'm just gonna use this. It's pretty loose in there. This is the air intake side. Combustion chamber is behind this panel, Hey, this is where the glow plug seats, right in there. There's a little mesh in there that I will be trying to take out right now. But I thought this would have given me more access to that mesh, but I guess not. So maybe I'll see what's on this other side, and I'll get this out there and then go from there. So here I cleaned all that black stuff off with just like a paper towel, and after I used this flathead screwdriver and I scraped off whatever I could that's inside the dirty combustion chamber you saw there. Or I guess that's the exhaust chamber, but just clean that the best you can and it will make a huge difference. There's that mesh I was talking about. It was kind of hard to get out. Put the new one back in with like the punch that came with my kit, and wire wheel brush the surfaces that the gaskets from the rebuild kit came with. So I just put them in, tightened everything back up, and pretty much rebuilt the diesel heater with just the parts that this Amazon deal came with. It was like $20. This is the glow plug that came with the rebuild kit. I just slowly and carefully seated it into the threads until it was like hand tight kinda, and then I used the socket that came with the kit and a screwdriver just to tighten it, and that was it. Last gasket, sealed the diesel heater back up, tighten the rest of the screws, and put it back in the casing. So after tightening down all the chambers, I just reassembled the control panel or motherboard, just clipped in all the things I took off and put it where it needed to be, put the screw back, and here I'm putting it back in the casing that it came out of, just making sure everything goes back like a puzzle. And yep, this was very easy. I would recommend this to anyone who feels like they're mechanically inclined. I don't know jack nothing, so this was pretty good. I'll link the tutorial I watched in the description that helped me do this. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, hopefully you'll find it in that video. So thanks for watching. And by the way, although this is like a cheap diesel heater from China, it's still like too expensive for me to just replace, so I fixed it for like $25 with Canadian, which is probably like $4 USD. So very inexpensive fix. I recommend it.
Or I don't know. Look, like black smoke's coming up, kind of.
That's my handsome. He can know.
Look. Oh, it's hot. Yes.
Good job, babe. I'm impressed.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's kind of Can you see the color or no?
So this is like the first startup since I put it back together. It was pretty smoky and a ton of that black gunk came out when it fired up, but once it cleared, it was so hot.
The smoke just cleared. The smoke went away. As you guys just saw, it just went to a really light smoke and I got scared, but then it cleared out. So I think I fixed it. I fixed my diesel heater.